What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. Let's talk about what Ray Dalio just said about Bitcoin. Ray Dalio is the founder of one of the largest hedge funds in the world, Bridgewater Associates, and from being a pessimist back in November about Bitcoin, calling it a bubble in 2017, he had a change of heart, and as of May 6th, he said he owns some Bitcoin. In this video, we're going to be going over what he said, very important information he had to say, and when somebody like Dalio, in which the government goes for advice and insights, you have to pay attention. One of the first things Ray Dalio said was he compared the current time we are living in to the United States in the 1970s. You guys know double-digit interest rates in the 1970s. He is comparing the similar situations, and if you study and you know Ray Dalio, you know he is huge on going back in history. And when I'm talking going back, I'm talking way back. And that's something I believe a lot of economists, a lot of analysts nowadays, they really lack. They don't go back in history, and that is what makes Dalio Dalio. He also mentions that our US dollar, as we know it, the world's reserve currency, is being attacked and threatened by none other than China. One of the other biggest concerns we talked about was the regulations from the government. As we know it, as everybody from the cryptocurrency community space knows, Bitcoin is the largest threat to the government's monetary system. And Dalio knows there might be regulations in the future. They won't completely ban it, he believes, as he stated a couple years back. But he does believe there are going to be some regulations that are going to be put on cryptocurrencies. Then Dalio started talking about inflation. Pay attention to this. Keep this in your head. He talked about the spending we have with the government now. He talked about the Cold War. He talked about the Vietnam War and the massive spending that, of course, doesn't just go anywhere. We have to pay it back. Why did he bring up the wars? It's simple, because when you have the government spending a ton and printing money after money like they do when they need capital when they go to war, that's why he brought up the Cold War, the Vietnam War, that's followed by some nasty hyperinflation. And as we've seen in history, the hyperinflation, by definition, is 50% plus. I take this as a sign that Ray Dalio is predicting hyperinflation in the coming months to years. Inflation is probably not transitory, as Powell and the Fed says, but it's only a matter of time. The next print for the CPI is obviously mid-June next month, and we also have the Fed meeting a couple of days after that. It's going to be such a volatile month in June. Talking about the Fed, he also talks about tightening monetary policy, whether it's raising interest rates, whether it's tapering back on the 120 billion in purchases monthly the Fed has been doing. This is also something you have to keep a watch out for. I quote from Ray Dalio, he says, "It becomes very difficult to tighten monetary policy because the whole thing falls apart. Everything's interest rate sensitive." We've been talking about this. You guys remember when Janet Yellen came out and said the Fed must raise interest rates to prevent the economy from overheating? Stocks immediately dumped. And then she came out to correct herself, saying, "I didn't say that." And stocks went back up. Oh my gosh. This is why I possibly might not hold anything in the month of June, especially mid-June. We have the CPI coming up. We have the Fed meeting. Things are going to get very volatile. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to make your own call. You have to make your own decisions. You have the data. I push the data to you guys. Digest it and come out to your own conclusions. Just because I do something doesn't mean that's what you should do. I'm always wrong. All these economists are always wrong. We all make mistakes. No one comes out and says, "Hey, I made this error." So I gave you the data. You come up with your own conclusions. As for Ray Dalio, he has been wrong sometimes. Ray Dalio has called and he's been calling the top on stocks. I remember last February, he said, cash is trash. Don't hold cash and invest it into the market. And what happened next month, March? You know what happened. Obviously, if they would have held, they would have been tremendously up on some tendies. But it goes to show timing is very difficult. And stocks have continued to rally ever since he's been calling the top. Like, again, the Fed can keep on printing, stocks can keep on going higher, but there is information coming out every single day that can change a thesis. So that is my job here as on YouTube. I give out the information. You make your own decision. Look at both sides when crossing the street and come up to a conclusion. Pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to bring you guys a quick analysis on Ray Dalio and what he had to say about Bitcoin. If you guys do enjoy this type of content, make sure you slap a like, comment down below your thoughts, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for another live stream. Peace out, baby.